This ain't your father's pumpkin beer. Imperial Pumking Southern Tier. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back, the brains, coming back at you with another beer review. And we have Southern Tier, which it's one of those beers that I always think they're like in the South, but it's like in California, some such nonsense. Doesn't say. As a craft brewer and a home brewer and craft beer snob, you think I would know where every single brewery in the country was, but I don't have a clue. All right, so here we go. Let's just get moving. So we have Imperial Pumpkin Ale from Pumpkin Ale, not Pump. I keep saying Pumpkin. It's Pumpkin Ale. 2017 variety. Now this thing is $9 where I get my beer for 22 ounces of 8.9% beer. Now I don't know if they say when they put the pumpkin in, but considering it's at that level of alcohol, there's a good chance that it's in the secondary. There's actually a good chance it's in primary. Then it's in the boil, in the steeping, and then not in the boil, but in the steeping, and in secondary. So we'll see. So I don't know if there's like a pumpkin ale. I guess everything else is like 5-6%. So Imperial's a bit more. Oh my gosh! If you do not like pumpkin, you will not like this beer at all. Trust me. It is nice. Almost feels like a bright tank. 8 point. It's getting close to where you're gonna be. No, maybe not. The sound is like a bright tank carbonation, but it's retaining a nice head. And there's a little bit of yeast in the bottom, so it's probably unfiltered or not quite fully filtered. Nice and clear. Nice golden color. It's kind of a yellow, more of a golden. Not such a deep. Now this glass is slightly blue, so just take that into account. Oh, spices and pumpkin, right? I mean, this is being Imperial. It better smack you around. Oh my goodness, it's so great smell. That's just the foam. It's got pumpkin and cinnamon. So all these spices, there's a slight bitterness there too, oddly enough. Maybe the bitterness is me. I do rinse my glassware, but Hopefully you can tell by the look on my face what I'm going to rate this beer. Oh, that is so good. I don't know what that bitterness is from. It's still a little cold, so it might be some spices that'll open up as it warms up. Squeeze every last drop out of there. Man, that is good. If you like pumpkin beers, this is one of the best. So far, I've not had all the pumpkin beers, although this year I'm making a concerted effort. I've actually had some people ask me over Skype and other things, hey, can you rate some pumpkin beers? I like pumpkin beers. Let me know what you think of pumpkin beers. Unfortunately, they've got some that I might be able to get, not the Schlafly. There was something else they were having. I have to double check their, I'm going to get back with them and find out what they were drinking and see if I can get some. Problem is a lot of these aren't in singles, or they're like this. Like Southern Tier, where I go to Jungle Gyms, they have these in singles as 12-ounce bottles, but it's a pack of 4. And I don't really want a 4-pack. The only other pumpkin beer I've ever had that I like more than Southern Tier's Pumpkin is the pumpkin bourbon barrel aged pumpkin beer from Alltech. That one, but again, it's bourbon barrel aged. It's just fantastic. So I don't know if it's going to tell me what spice notes again. There's some goofy, about the pumpkin as an ode to the puka, the mythical Celtic horse beast said to entice careless travelers onto its back and take them on a terrifying ride through the forest. Night ride through the forest. It is a journey from which they return forever changed. Pour pumpkin into a goblet and allow its spicy aroma and deep copper color to entice you. To entrance you. It would really help if I'd learned to read. Taste the beer and you are bewitched, powerless to resist. That's really true. So I would love for them to do like a 10% variety of this, maybe even 11, and put it in bourbon barrels for like a year. That would be interesting. I don't know if the pumpkin would survive though. Oh yeah, that is, oh wow. The spices just keep opening up as it warms up. I mean, I've had this sitting out for a few minutes before I got started, but not very long. So as as the carbonation opens up the beer and as the warmth opens up the beer, the flavors are really coming out. You've got, I mean, just so many flavors. It's hard to pick out a variety. I almost get a hint of vanilla in there, kind of from on the back of the tongue. And it has this feel as you drink it. There's this feel that's kind of velvety. That's really, you know, it's really smooth. 8.6% alcohol. You can definitely tell it's pretty high. There's a little bit of alcohol warmth, not much. So it has a little bit of an alcohol bite on the back. If you're not used to that high in alcohol, it'll probably be a little more noticeable to you. But if you're used to occasionally drinking 10, 12, 15% beers, it's going to just be subtle. It's not really bad. It's like they may have fermented just a hair too fast, but not too much. You get over 8%, you start getting alcohol burn quite often. It's because it was fermented too quickly. You get over 15, you're going to get some unless it really mellows out over time. Now this is, I don't know if anybody would cellar this beer. This has a potential for cellaring as far as an alcohol content. However, the delicateness of all the spices and the pumpkin probably aren't going to survive that. So what you probably get in a couple of years would be a very malty beer with some hints of other stuff that could still linger. And I don't know which of those spices are going to last. Some of them are a little bitter. So if they last and then the other ones don't, and the sweeter ones don't, you're going to get this very bitter. I don't know if anybody has cellared this beer over in the past. Please let me know in the comments and see how well it's done. But that is a fantastic beer. I mean, this is, to me, because I've had one beer that I like better than this, I can't quite give it a, you know what, screw it. I'm going to give it a 5. You know, it is a fantastic pumpkin beer. 2017 Pumpkin from Southern Tier. Food pairings with this, yeah, just a little bit of cheese to kind of clean your palate every once in a while. This is a beer, when you have it, it is the occasion. It is not one to just kind of sit around. I mean, you can sit around and chat with friends, but this is not a pairing beer with food. This is a beer that is the experience. So maybe some pretzels, maybe some crackers, maybe some mild cheeses to kind of cleanse the palate, maybe some vegetables even, carrot sticks, celery sticks with nothing on it to kind of cleanse what's going on. So the next time you drink it, your tongue is ready for all the flavors, because this is very flavorful beer, and your tongue's going to start to get coated, and you're going to stop picking up all the subtleties. So get that every few drinks. Get something, let that tongue get scrubbed with, you know, with some fats or something, especially like cheeses and things. I mean, yeah, you could do some spicy food with this, but man, to me, this beer is the experience, and you don't want to mess it up with all kinds of food and all that other junk. Plus at 8.6%, especially if you're drinking a bomber, I mean, that is a lot of beer, 22 ounces at 8.6. That is a lot of alcohol. You know, I don't know if I want to have too much of a meal with this, so maybe a fondue pot or something, I don't know. I've never really done fondue pots. But I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Untappd. Find it for 2017. Somebody's added it that way. They didn't put Imperial though, but it is Imperial Ale. This is fantastic. Brewed with pumpkin and with natural flavor added. So they use two types of a variety of hops and two types of malts. They don't say which. They give us some spiel about something. So we have color. So that, yeah, the vanilla is in here. So bitterness is low. Aromas pumpkins, pie spices, and vanilla. Flavor malty sweetness, pumpkin, and pie crust. Ooh, pie crust. Oh, that might be from some kind of malt. See, I don't know. Almost has like a aroma-wise. I get this feeling of like a pumpkin pie with a graham cracker crust, but that's not right. I'm gonna have to look up all the spices that are in this because it is fantastic. This is like I said, this is one of the best pumpkin beers I've ever had. And if you were on the fence about pumpkin beers and maybe you've had some that weren't so great, you have one of these, you're probably gonna get addicted. This is really, really good. I actually look forward to this one every year. So that one in the Kentucky Bourbon, which I've got to get. It ain't cheap, but it goes pretty quickly, and they've got it now, but they ain't gonna have it for long. So gotta get it in a week or so. All right, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for clicking the like. Let me know what you think of Pumpkin 2017. Have you had it previously? Has anybody cellared it? What can we do with this? What are your food pairings? Please write in the comments below. Thanks for so much for sharing. Thanks for everything. Thanks for seeing you on the Fancast, and we will see you later. Bye. Learn enough. whatever. Imperial Pump King. Huh, no year on it. Alright, so it's in there. 8.6%, that's it. Alright, cool. Alright, we are recording. Fertig los!